Afraid Gear Another is a mecha strategy game made by Office Create, who are nowadays mostly known for the game Cooking Mama, and was published by Asmik Ace Entertainment in June 2001, very late into the PlayStation 1's lifecycle. It is a direct sequel to Afraid Gear, and has mostly the same mechanics and gameplay, but with more options to tune and build your mechs and less focus on a cutscene-driven story. The game comes with the first-player story mode, as well as a two-player arena mode where you can fight with your mechs that you have previously built within the game's story mode. The premise of the game is to participate in tournaments and in 1v1 Coliseum fights to climb up in ranks and be the best of them all. At least that's what I think. Don't judge me, but my anime Japanese surely isn't enough to understand the G-plot the game has. Have you ever played Armored Core and thought, oh boy, I sure need way more options to upgrade my mechs? Well, at the same time, love the strategic aspect of front mission, but kind of missed
big actual fighting scenes.
Well then, this game is definitely for you. When you start the game, you have a selection of 60 characters to choose from. After you named yourself and your mech with a unique and edgy name, you will be greeted by an amazingly detailed tutorial section that tells you exactly how to build your mech and to join into fights. It is, in fact, so detailed that I had to Google translate my ass through every single bit, or else I wouldn't have a single freaking clue of what is going on. The game has a time system which consists of years, months and weeks, with battles that you can fight each week against a random enemy who is some ranks above or below you. You can also compete in one of 4 tournaments each month to collect more prize money and points to boost up your rank until the end of the year cycle. This shit seems reasonably easy to overview at first, but oh boy, have I a surprise for you. No, really, it's about to get complicated. Each fight lets you start either in automatic or manual mode. While the game plays all by itself in automatic mode, when you're choosing manual, you get to decide which weapon you want to fire next, which part of the enemy you want to attack, if you want to use your thrusters, or gear up, which I honestly haven't figured out what it is supposed to do besides draining your fuel even faster. I guess it's a good thing, but I can't tell for sure. Oh, and also the game still plays by itself. For the most part, at least. You see, there's an ATB for each mech, like you know it from popular RPGs like Final Fantasy VII, and you don't directly control your mech at all, besides of giving it the controls. Shit is neat and relaxed. You can go into a fight, let the automatic system play and chill out while you're doing so. I found myself often switching between the automatic and manual mode if the first hits go for a certain part and attack it further using my own commands. The interface is overviewable and tells you everything from the next weapon in use, when your next action is, and how many bullets you fire, the damage you did, overheating, and if your mech lost its balance and is literally just falling down. Fuck my ass and call me a sandbag, this happens a lot. You win a battle either if you destroy all parts of the enemy They run out of fuel, or the timer runs out and you have damaged the opponent more than they have you. For me, it was mostly a gamble of seeing what will happen to just get surprised that they screwed me all over by a tiny bit amount of more fuel or more damaging before the timer ran out. While the battles are kind of satisfying to watch and play, I guess, most of the time I honestly didn't know if I did the right thing or if the battles are just so RNG heavy or if my mech build was just complete bullshit. Of course, you can prepare your mech before each fight, just a little, since the game is telling you what kind of weapons and shields the enemy is using, so you can counter that, but I found myself more than once in a situation where they still screwed me over big times. Which brings me to the next point. The customization. You'll start out the game with a bare minimum of shops for weaponry, parts and tuning options. The more you progress, the more shops, thus more parts you unlock. You also have the options to win parts if an enemy offers you to bet for one of your own parts. There's also the bar, which from time to time has someone offering you a special part that isn't available for the shops just yet. While I didn't get too far into the top ranks at the time of recording this video, looking at videos of high tier gameplay of other users, shit gets insane with the amount of customizations, especially in the late game. I really like this part of the game. Battling for money, and then you go into your garage and the shops, trying out all new parts and see how they will work out against better opponents is goddamn satisfying. I think over the course of me playing the game so far, I barely scratched the surface of what is possible and makes myself continuing even more every time I turn it on. The customization options go even further, from the change of attack, defense, balance and speed to adjust your build to the needs of your current mech. This, alongside the fact of changing your colors, makes it one hell of an Armored Core experience. And I gotta say, I absolutely love it. Visually, the game is not too bad. Reminder that this is in fact a late PS1 title, so the models are all fledged out and look great, especially with the right settings on your emulator. Stages on the other hand, well, there's a good amount of variety, look kind of boring for the most part. It really makes me wish that this game came out on the PS2, just to see how much better that would look like. The menus look very clean and futuristic, and the amount of English icons and text makes it easy to navigate. The shops and bar have a pretty 90s aesthetic anime character theme, making it charming, but nothing too special for that time. Overall, it is a pretty game, but there's just not too much to see here either. The soundtrack probably is the game's biggest flaw. From the repeating sequence of synth in the menus and the techno-esque beat in the garage to the synth loop in the shops, it gets boring very fast. I mean, just listen to this. Yeah, it's not that good. The battle music reminds me more of an JRPG, and while that might be fitting for the most part, I wish they would have gone more of an electronic route, like in Wipeout, for those battles. All in all, it's not the worst thing I ever heard in a video game. In fact, especially the battle theme is well composed, but just not rememberable enough to go back and give it a listen in my free time. The game has some voice acting, and that for each character, which is great, but Let's be honest, it doesn't add much to the game itself, since there's no really like storyline interaction after the main first cutscene. To sum it up, Afraid Kiendaide is a weird take on the mech simulation genre in its own way. I had quite a lot of fun playing it, though even knowing what the hell was going on for the most time. Since the game mostly plays by itself and that you won't control the mech by yourself for the most part, it makes a nice game while you're watching a movie or a series or listening to some sort of music while doing so. If you are a fan of Japanese RPG auto belts and the Armored Core series or like style customizations, I would definitely recommend this game to you. But if you are looking for some more action-packed gameplay, you're better looking off for something else. Thank you guys for watching. When I looked up this game, I saw a lot of people having really fun memories of playing it, so I thought I'd give it a try for myself, and I gladly did so. I do have more weird Japanese PS1 mech games coming up that I want to play and review, and I will most likely play it live on my twitch.tv/panda.ra, so feel free to drop a sub or a comment or follow me on Twitch, whatever. Thank you so much. It's me, Panda. I'm out.